Where do you get your morals from now that you don't believe in God?
So there's a concept called the veil of ignorance. John Rawls developed it. Essentially, you look at a situation, but from the perspective that you're behind a veil of ignorance. So you say, okay, rape, for example. You're going to be behind the veil of ignorance. The veil of ignorance is you don't know which role you're going to play in the situation. Are you the rapist or are you the one being raped? Well, if I don't know which one I'm going to be, I realize that rape probably shouldn't happen. And I can say, okay, rape is a bad thing because I wouldn't want to be raped. Harm is a fact of reality. If you torture a baby for your own enjoyment, you're causing harm to that child. That's not subjective. There's an objective harm that you're causing.
How about abortion? Do you support abortion?
To a certain degree. Again, I'm not full on, 10 seconds before it comes out, kill it.
Do you believe that a woman has a right to kill an unborn child in her womb?
To a certain degree.
What does that mean, a certain degree?
Well, I believe if the fetus is viable outside of the womb and there are no intense medical problems that's going to cause that child a ton of suffering once it's born, we should probably have some guidelines in place to protect it.
But how do you determine all that before the child is born?
There's plenty of ways through medical science to determine if a child is going to be healthy or if a child is going to have debilitating disorders.
So let's say that the child is going to have Down syndrome.
Oh, no, not at all. I wouldn't.
And the child is in the womb. Do you think that's a justifiable reason to kill the child in the womb?
I think it's up to the mother to a certain degree.
No, what do you think?
If the fetus is viable outside the womb.
No, how about inside the womb they find out that it has Down syndrome?
Yeah, so.
Do you personally think that it's okay at that point to kill the child in the womb?
I think it's none of my business.
No. What do you personally think about it?
Yeah, that's my thought. I think that decisions like that should be between women and their doctors.
Do you believe there is a right and a wrong?
Sort of. It depends on the situation. That's too vague.
What do you mean?
Well, a right and a wrong in what situation?
Is it wrong to kill a child when you find out that it has Down syndrome while in the womb?
Is it wrong for me to stab you in the mouth with a needle?
Hold on a minute. Would it be right to kill that child once you discover that in the womb, or wrong, in your opinion?
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to that. I think that's a personal decision between women and their doctors.
And you don't think it's right nor wrong?
Right.
Amazing.
Because, let me ask you like this. Is it wrong for me to stab you in the mouth? I think that's a no. But then if you say, well, aha, I'm a dentist and I'm actually going to pull your tooth. Now is it wrong for me to stab you in the mouth with a needle? Well, now it's good. Yeah, that's okay. What my point is, these situations are fluid.
I mean, if I'm about to kill you or if I'm attacking you, you need to stab me and then it'd be right to do it.
Right. So do you think it's wrong to have an abortion if the child has a medical diagnosis that it's not going to live more than 10 weeks? It's going to be in absolute pain. It's got a debilitating bone disorder. Its skin is already coming off of it. Would you support a late-term abortion?
No.
So you would be in favor of the child suffering then?
Yes.
That's incredible to me. See, I as a humanist would want to reduce suffering. We put our dogs to sleep.
You don't have a right to decide who shall suffer and who shall not.
But we do all the time.
Do you have the right to make that decision?
I think we have an obligation.
Do you have a right to make that decision?
I think we have an obligation
to
reduce.
Answer my question first and then go to your obligation. Do you think we have a right to make the decision who should suffer and who should not suffer?
Yes, I do.
You do, and why?
Yeah. Because I think we have an obligation to reduce suffering because we are here together. Other human beings are all we have. There is no God that's going to swoop down and save the day.
But then you're playing God that you don't believe in.